Hi, Galen Nebtek coming to you from NAB 2014. This is the Nebtek Lightning, and it's a half rack wide 2-channel DVR running on an Apple computer, and it has the Nebtek Lite software. With Nebtek Lite, you have all the basic functions for video assist that you need that you would normally have with a full Nebtek. Now we have it set up with a touchscreen, and so I have a scene number and a take number here, and I can go ahead and put it in sync mode and record two cameras. Two cameras are now recording. I can go ahead and mark myself an in point. I can mark an out point. I can have multiple in points and out points. Okay, and I can go ahead and cut recording now. I can bring up a playback of what I just shot, or I can go to a previous scene that I previously recorded and bring that up. I have the ability here to view two cameras at the same time in dual view, or one view or another view at a time. I can set my scene number, my take number. I can play just one of these little pieces, or I can press on this, a long click, and now I play all. They'll play the two little pieces that I have. Let me go back to the clip ahead of this, where I recorded these two little pieces, and now you can see it's playing this clip and then it's playing that clip. And it's also playing in play sync. If I want to, I can establish a new sync relationship between the two clips with the clip sync here. I have control over my speed, my project time base, my camera speed, my play speed, my audio monitoring. I've got audio meters. If I had audio right now, I could see the meters bouncing. And then I've got a place to put in clip notes. Now, there's a browser that gives me the ability to bring up a browser. I have a graphical view of all the clips. I can bring up the different scenes that I've done, look at those scenes, and select any clip from one of those scenes. And I'm going to go ahead and do just that right now. Now, in the dual view, you'll notice that it automatically brings up both cameras that were associated with that scene. And I have the ability to view it also in a list. So I'll bring up the list view. You can see in the list view, we can now scroll this list. And if I just put my cursor here and drag the list, I can see all the thumbnails. So if I want to bring up this green screen shot that I've got right here, I can go ahead and bring it up. You'll see it says no clip recorded. That means on the B side, there was no clip to sync with. So it's letting me know that you recorded an A only shot. So let me come down my list and find something that's more likely to have an A and a B camera, and it brings up both the A and the B camera. You can make a note in here, anything you'd like to say, like that was a great take, and you can preset those comments, or you can type in whatever comment you want. It inputs video, 2 channels of video into the video card, and outputs 2 channels out of the video card. The Lite version here does not have a GPU output. So it is straight video in, video out. And the position of all the buttons on the screen can be controlled. Furthermore, you have a DVE. So for example, if I turn the list off, I'm going to go ahead and set single view so you can see this feature. If I bring up the DVE, I do a long click, any button with a long click, I can bring up and show you that it has another feature. You hold the long click and something else happens. In this case, we brought up the DVE. So we're going to go ahead and scale the image. We can rotate the image. We can flip the image. We can crop the image. So just an awful lot of control. We can move it horizontally and vertically. All this is really handy and useful feature. And then we also have the on-screen display. I'll turn the DVE off. And then we have the on-screen display, which shows us that right now we're in disc mode. We have our scene number. We see that scene 1. We see that it's take 5, and it's the first clip of take 5 is the one I have selected. If I go to the second in the series, I'll see it says 5 take 2. I can also have my rating, my speed, and a whole host of other things that can be selected, including the roll number, the camera operator, the duration, the note, rig information for 3D rigs. I can display the timeline, the clip ID, the horizontal image translation, the HIT value when you're working in 3D. and all kinds of camera X, Y, and Z and roll, pan, and tilt information from motion control rigs, as well as the ability to bring in the information from 3D rig data. So just an awful lot of metadata that can be displayed if necessary on the screen. And then also we have the ability, and I don't have it hooked up to a camera with SDI flags, but if the camera that I was connected to had SDI flags, you would be able to start and stop automatically. When the camera rolls, QTake would start recording, and when camera cuts, QTake would cut. The latest new feature added to Light is the still mix chroma key function. In the past, we've been able to do a still mix where we simply bring up blend, and we can dissolve one image over the other. Now we have the ability to do a chroma key. So we'll select a chroma key, foreground, and then we'll come into our still mix menu, and we'll select a background to go with it. And now I'm keying the foreground over the background. And that can happen while that foreground would be playing. We have a motion foreground while we have in green screen being keyed over a still background. So the still mix is still a still background, but a motion foreground. So you can have a reference plate of whatever kind to key your background to. We have the quad. When I bring up the quad menu, it gives me the ability to blow up a quadrant of the screen. This is really useful when you're using 4 cameras using the Decimator MD quad. You'd have 4 quadrants on the screen. I can blow up one of those quadrants or another quadrant or any of the 4 quadrants. So a very powerful 2-channel DVR with QTake Lite software for $9,500 from Nebtek.